If people would have given me the chance to explain myself, to tell the story, then they will know where all that came from.
You know, there's a lot of things that's going on in the church where members know that these things are going on and they're allowing it to happen. They don't care what TAZADAQYAH does. Anything he says, they're going to always give him the benefit of the doubt. They're never going to accept anything that anybody brings to them as evidence. But I am living evidence that TAZADAQYAH is a crook and he mistreats his own wives. I figured now was a good time to give a little bit of my history in the ICGJC.
I came into the Israelite Church of God and Jesus Christ
in 2004, and while I was in the church, I brought in many different fruits and believers, and one of them was a sister who went by the Hebrew name Yahalama in the city of Orlando, Florida. And she was a Puerto Rican sister who TAZADAQYAH was attracted to right away. And when I spoke to her recently, she told me that they slept together almost immediately. There was no courtship or anything like that. In fact, when they met privately, and TAZADAQYAH invited the sister to his hotel room when he came out to Orlando, Florida one time, what she told me was that he actually didn't even ask. He came out and said directly, "You want me, you know you want me," which is all mind games. This is how you know TAZADAQYAH plays with people's minds. And she just wanted to forget about the church because she went through a lot of abuse from TAZADAQYAH. And I am a witness to one altercation that happened after a class that TAZADAQYAH taught in Orlando. And the brother Need to Be Free, who used to be in the church, also can testify to a day when TAZADAQYAH called myself, Alex, and another brother who we were all captain of 13,000s at the time. We were the highest rank. We were called in right after class into the church when TAZADAQYAH was verbally abusing his wife, the sister who at the time nobody knew, but that was his wife. She was sitting there just crying. As soon as we came into the temple, she's sitting crying because TAZADAQYAH just finished scolding her like a child, which he's known to do. And he's sitting there calling her a bum. Now, this sister used to make music with a brother in Orlando named Zion, who TAZADAQYAH was very jealous and insecure about. TAZADAQYAH thought that his wife, the sister in Orlando, was attracted to this guy. So he would constantly ask her, "Are you attracted to him? Do you like him? Because I could set you up." He was saying this to this sister, trying to test her to see what she says. And she was just confused, like, "No, I'm with you. I don't understand." Because what you're going to understand about TAZADAQYAH is that he has sociopathic tendencies. This man is very insecure about his women and about himself. That's why you see he has to go all out and dress the way he does, because he feels very low about himself. Something happened to him early in his life where he looks at himself like he's nothing. And this is signs of a sociopath. Insecurities and just unstable relationships. I mean, this man had 2 wives out here in Orlando. They both were kicked out immediately. I mean, the relationship between them and TAZADAQYAH did not last months. It did not last a year. It might have went a few months, but definitely did not last a year.
The thing is that with the multiple wives, another thing, he teaches the brothers that they're supposed to let their wives know that they're going to take on another wife. And that they're supposed to court the woman for 6 months before engaging in consensual sex, consummating the marriage, whatever, right? Oh no, that doesn't apply for Mr. Grant. Not at all. Mr. Grant does not have to go through courtship. Mr. Grant does not have to wait to consummate a marriage. But he has you brothers waiting 6 months, and you can't kiss your girl, and you can't hold her hand. I'm just saying to you guys, do you think he waited 6 months with me? You just let that marinate in your mind, okay? You think he waited 6 months with the girl Jessica, the sister that was pregnant with twins? The only reason why he waited is because she was pregnant with twins. And he had to wait the 2-month period. Was it more? It was more than 2 months, if I believe, having a girl. He had to wait that period until after she was clean from having her children. She was just broken up with the man. You think he waited? I have gotten messages from women that he has dealt with. And she told me that they didn't wait 6 months to do sexual acts. This man does not follow his own rules.
Now, these sisters' stories go hand in hand with the sister Nisha Delgado. They corroborate. Now, you have people that are saying the same things about this man TAZADAQYAH who don't even know each other. For you to say that this is some type of plan from Satan to get everybody together to go against the truth, you're an idiot for saying that. This is obviously people that are disgruntled, that have been through a lot of stuff. I mean, past relationships with TAZADAQYAH. These are women that have been in relationships with TAZADAQYAH. How come you don't let their testimonies in? How come you don't want to hear what they have to say? This is a perfect way to obstruct evidence. Don't you think this is how TAZADAQYAH wants you to think? He demeans everybody that's not in the church, that has something to say, that knows some information about him, because he doesn't want you to listen to him. It's called information control, for those that don't know how cults work. It's called information control. Now, any evidence that comes up against TAZADAQYAH, of course, you're going to deny it right away, because you look at this man like he's God himself. But that's his chess move in order to keep all the information out. So all that you're getting is coming straight from TAZADAQYAH. And y'all love to pull the scripture that the simple believeth every word. Well, why you believe everything TAZADAQYAH tells you? Who told you that everything that this man says is the truth? So this is the truth about TAZADAQYAH that he's trying to prevent y'all from hearing. But I was there in the church for 7 years. I brought in one of TAZADAQYAH's wives who did contact me and tell me everything that went down. And she was put out for no reason. Why don't y'all talk about the council that never happened with this sister? How come she didn't get her fair due? TAZADAQYAH didn't bring any proof that she committed adultery, but yet he wanted to kick her out right away because he didn't want to deal with her as a wife anymore. That's what TAZADAQYAH does. Where's his marriage? He talks about keys to successful marriage, but he doesn't have any successful marriages. And all these women that don't even know each other are all saying the same things about this man. So I don't want to hear nothing about who are y'all and y'all are demons, y'all are put out. What makes you think that that's the place to be anyways? Just because we once believed it, y'all want to use that against us and say, oh, y'all was once here talking with us and now y'all out. So what? Can't somebody change their mind? Didn't TAZADAQYAH change his mind about Jesus Christ coming back in the year 2000? He used to teach that. If y'all want to bring up the past, y'all used to teach that. They all used to call a man King David. They used to say Masha was the reincarnation of King David. Y'all don't say that anymore. So everything y'all talking about is hypocrisy. We have all the evidence that we need. How did we get all this stuff that was in the van? His license. Y'all not answering none of these questions. How were we able to get a hold of these things? Not long after this, he started accusing her of liking other guys. There was a brother in Orlando named Zion who used to make music with the sister, and she told me that he would always ask her, do you like Zion? Are you attracted to him? You know that TAZADAQYAH is very unstable and a lot of his characteristics showed signs of a sociopath. So, it's pretty reasonable that the sister doesn't want to speak out, but
if people would have given me the chance to explain myself, to tell the story, then they will know where all that came from. And in my mind, I was so confused because I knew, and I used to pray to God, and I was like, God, why don't you show him that I didn't do anything with this guy? I was like, and in my mind, I was like, if he's the God-sent comforter, why can't he see the truth? You know what I mean? Because I was dead serious. Like, I have nothing to lie. Well, now I really don't have anything to lie, and I could tell you the truth. And the truth is, I never committed adultery. I was scared as fuck. I will never even think of committing adultery. So, that was when he really was like, I don't give a fuck what you say. You did this. And he was like, and I shocked him one day because I actually spoke back. I was so mad. And he was like, we will see when that time comes, when judgment comes, we will see that I was telling the truth. And you have had sex with this guy, blah, blah, blah. And we will see then. And I told him, I looked at him and I was like, yeah, we will see, because I am telling the truth. And he looked at me like, who the fuck is she talking to? But that's how serious I was about my truth. I knew I didn't do anything with this guy. So I had to speak back. I was like, I can't keep quiet because this nigga's going to think that I really did it. And I'm trying to show him and beg him to please believe me. But I guess he was just at the same time playing games with me and wanted me to be that fearful. And TAZADAQYAH felt the need that he was like, no, he made it seem like he just knows things that nobody was reporting. He was just like, no, I know you fucked this nigga, you had sex with this guy, and you could tell me whatever you want to tell me, but I know the truth. And it wasn't that at all. Like, I used to get on my knees and cry and say, I've never had sex with this guy. I was trying to live a better life, you know what I mean? And it was not like that. And I put my all into it. He needs, I can't stand that nigga. Wow. After all the shit that I put up with, I never even looked at another nigga. I knew at the time, I thought he was like the best thing you could ever talk to and deal with. So you really thought that I was gonna ruin that and go sleep with some ex-nigga to ruin being with somebody holy? At the time I thought like that. Is he fucking kidding me? He just wanted people to look at me a different way. And Raphael, like, he never looked at me like that. I wish I could talk to Raphael and let him know, I'm not that kind of person. I never was. I will never disrespect his home. You know what I mean? And I just hate for people to think of me in some other way than I really am. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't care what people think of me, but it's hard to know that people that you really care about are believing someone else's lies. Wow, the things they do to keep a member in, because they know if, God forbid, to kill herself, it will be over for them, because they'll start to get investigated. You know what I mean? They don't want anybody talking about killing themselves, because if, God forbid, it happens, hell is going to break loose. So, of course, he got to give her some type of position to make her happy. And that's all she've ever wanted, because when I was in there, she used to tell me, like, and she used to work her ass off trying to learn everything and stay on top of shit. She even was wondering if she could be a holy sister, whatever the hell they call it. So that's just a shame. That's crazy as hell. There's no way that it's going to be so hard to get her out.